Okay. Today we will speak about very interesting situation, how it is possible to have 2 plus 2 is equal not 4, but sometimes it could be equal 5 or even more, and sometimes it could be equal less than 4. It could be equal 3, for example. It's not possible in mathematics, but however, it is possible in economics and management. And today we will speak about this phenomenon, about synergy. Generally, the word synergy uh, um, must be used for diversified companies. I'm reminding you that that a diversified company is a company which has at least 2 strategical business units, at least 2 or more directions of activity, of its activity. It's quite important because sometimes uh, we can find some connections between different strategical business units of a company, and it lets the company uh, to get bigger outcome from all strategical business units. And the first scientist who mentioned these phenomena was Igor Ansov. Actually, the word synergy was invented not by Igor Ansov. It is a rather old work. It was built from 2 old Greece words, and if to translate it directionally, it is possible to translate it like work together. It means that some parts of some system, if they are working together, the outcome from these 2 pieces from this system could be more compared with the situation if these 2 parts work independently. And this term synergy was widely used in biology, for example, sometimes in chemistry, but mostly in biology. And Igor Ansov was the first who explained this phenomenon for an economic system, and it's quite obvious that the smallest economic system is an enterprise, is a company. So he showed how it is possible to have a bigger outcome, bigger performance from a diversified company. Compared with the situation if all these strategical business units would be not parts of one company, but if they are just independent small companies. And now we are going to mathematics a little bit, but please don't be afraid, because it won't be many complicated parts. So the general informational inputs are the following: that here are a diversified company, here are some strategical business units, and 2 strategical business units, the second and the third, are somehow interrelated and interconnected. And with the help of mathematics, I will try to show you how it is possible to get bigger performance from this diversified company if, in case that at least two strategical business units of this company are interrelated and interconnected. So, the main characteristics, I would say maybe not the main, but one of the most important characteristics which could be used for measuring the performance of a company is ROE, or ROE, return on investments. And it is possible to calculate this indicator. Here is the formula at the bottom part of our screen. We have to, first of all, we have to count our cash inflows, S, or sales. Then we have to add, not to add, but we have to calculate our cash inflows without cash outflows, without our operational costs. And here at the top part of this calculation, we can see the profit of our company. And here at the bottom part of this formula, we have our investments. We have our investments. And generally, if we want to calculate return on investments for some company, here is the formula. It's not a problem to calculate it. And if all our strategical business units are unrelated, so if we don't have this arc, if we don't have any connection, so it can be calculated like this. We have to calculate total cash inflows, then we have to calculate total cash outflows, O S sigma first, then O sigma, and we have to divide it to total investments, which we have to money which we have to invest to all our strategical business units. So here is the formula. But it was agreed that it has some connection. So let's look at this picture. Here is the first type of synergy. Here is the first type of synergy. This synergy effect could be attained if we have to invest less money. For example, we have some equipment and we are using this equipment for strategical business unit 1. And to launch the second strategical business unit, if we want to launch the second part of our activity, it is possible for us to use some part of existing equipment. So we can add only this. We not can, but we have to add only this second part of equipment, because the blue one, okay? Because we already have the green one. So our investments in this case for our company will be lower. Compare this with situation if we run these two businesses independently. Thereafter, the formula will be the same, but please take, we are keeping in mind that I sigma, in this case is less than compared with the situation if we run all this business independently. Thereafter, ROI, return on investment for a company which has synergy effect, is bigger. So it is the first example of synergy effect. When we are using the equipment which we have now, and we don't need to invest more money in this very equipment. The second situation connected with, and I'd like to stress that generally I'm saying cash inflows, cash outflows. Generally, investments are also our cash outflows, but we have to divide all our cash outflows into two parts. The first part is cash inflows connected with our investments. We have to pay this money to organize, to set up some business. And operational costs, it means that we have to pay some money annually, every month, every day to run some business. So we are dividing these two types of our outflows. And the second type of synergy is connected with the situation. Then it is possible for our company to pay not all operational costs. Look at this example. Here is some warehouse, and we have some empty space. We don't need the full warehouse for our business, and it wasn't possible for our company to find a warehouse which suits our company by 100%. It wasn't possible. It's quite obvious. It wasn't possible for our company to use warehouse less than the need, so we have to find bigger one. Yeah. So we have here we have some empty space, and it is possible to use this empty space to store some for example, raw materials which we need for strategical business unit number 2. Thereafter, we don't need to pay this money for the strategic unit 2. Thereafter, O sigma synergy will be less than O sigma, and thereafter our return on investment for a company which can have synergy effect will be bigger, again bigger than compared with a company if the company doesn't have any connections between strategical business units. And the third situation described by Igor Antsov. I'd like to stress that all these formulas are not mine. Actually, all these formulas was proposed by these very men, scientists, Igor Antsov, guru of strategic management. Actually, we discussed him when we spoke about his metrics. Maybe you remember. Okay. So let's speak how it is possible to increase our sales without increasing operational costs or investments. For example, our firm merged another firm, and in this case, and the first firm has had, before merging, its net for selling products, and the same situation was connected to the second one. And when we are merging the second firm, so it is possible for our company to sell all products in all our shops. Thereafter, or Now I'm speaking about some shops, but it is the same if speaking about sales in internet. So it is possible to sell all products through one internet site, and in this very case you will have to pay money only for one site. But sales will be big. Oh, sorry, it was my mistake. It was my mistake. Please forget everything which I told you, because this very situation is connected to this situation. But this situation is speaking about internet site. It means that it is possible for our company to sell our products through two possible internet sites. So in this very case, sales will be bigger, not twice bigger, but somehow bigger. And in this case also we can look at this formula. So O sigma is stable, I sigma is stable, but S sigma is bigger for Synergy company. So it is the third situation. Then our return on investment is bigger. So we analyzed these three possible situations, and these three possible situations was mentioned by Igor Ansov, and sometimes it is possible to have not only like this, that here we have, sorry, here we have only increasing investments, here we have only increasing of our operational costs, and here we are here we are decreasing our investments, here we are decreasing our operational costs. Sorry, it's too many mistakes for today. Really sorry. And here we are increasing all our sales. But sometimes it could be the situation that all these positive changes could be used for one enterprise, and the example of these can be seen at this screen. At Kharkov, in Kharkov, Kharkovity generally know this enterprise. I will explain. I will say a couple of words for international students. We have a company Turbo Atom in Kharkiv, and this company produces turbines for nuclear electric station. And in Soviet Union, this company began to produce knives. Yes, simple knives. And it was connected with the situation that generally in Soviet Union it was a deficit of some kitchen equipment, and you believe me, it was a big problem to buy a good knife for a kitchen, even if you have money. And one smart person, actually, shame on me, I don't know who it was, he or she decided to produce knives at this very factory. They have a big volume of waste steel, and you can imagine that if this steel could be used for producing a turbine, it was really fine steel, so it was possible to produce knives. Then any big company, when it was Soviet Union, it has an instrument shop, and it was a production of some instruments which we need for our activity. And also everybody knows this enterprise in Kharkov. That's why it wasn't it was possible, it was no problem to sell these knives. And also we have some universal equipment for producing. We have a big number of equipment, universal equipment. So they succeed, and generally it is an example of having all three positive parts of this synergy effect. Now, it's not possible to buy these knives, actually, because this company stopped this production, but generally it is, I think it is the right decision, because nowadays it's rather difficult to compete for the company with specialized company. As you can see at this picture, and it is a picture of real knives produced by this company, the form, the design of these knives was rather simple. So that's why it's not possible nowadays to sell this kind of knives. But then it 20 or 30 years ago, believe me, clients fought for this knife. They tried to find it, so it was a big problem to buy this knife, because it was sharp for a long period of time, really. Nowadays, scientists, and these three types of energy was also mentioned by Igor Antsov, but nowadays scientists are adding two more types of synergy: to sales synergy, operating synergy, and investment synergy. This type of management was mentioned by Igor Antsov. Now we are adding first a management synergy. It is type of a synergy which means that it is possible to use our managerial experience for another company. Here is a very funny example. Once Philip Morris decided to buy the company, which became bankrupt, Miller Company. It was a brewing company, and actually they didn't know anything about brewing, but they did know what was marketing, what is marketing. And they decided to keep all production cycle, but they decided to change everything connected with other parts of the business. I will explain you these changes only with the help of one example. This company, Miller, had a very expensive beer trademark, and they tried to sell this beer like a beer for a special moment. Please think about yourself. If you like beer, for example, if you like beer generally, like a drink, like a light alcohol drink, if you have, for example, some special moment, if you have a meeting with some special meeting with your girlfriend or a boyfriend, or if, for example, it's gonna be some special, okay, today it is a special football match. It is the most important, I think, football match for this season for Dynamo Kyiv. Today they are playing with Ferencvaros, and as a result of this football match, it will be found out whether Dynamo Kyiv will play next spring in Eurocups, football Eurocups or not. So Can you imagine this situation if some fan of Dynamo Kiev drinks normal beer every day, but for this special moment he buys this special, very expensive beer? Or please think about the situation whether it is possible to buy some special beer for example, I don't know, for some anniversary of your relationship with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I think no. I think no. I think this football fan would buy the usual beer, and if speaking about some special meeting, I think you will buy maybe champagne, and the outcomes looks rather obvious, and these outcomes actually were not generated by me, but it was outcomes of Philip Morris company. So they decided to build another advertising campaign, and they tried to sell this beer like the best beer. If you want to drink the best beer, here you are. We are proposing you the best beer in the world, and you know that it is the general situation that in any country there are a lot of rather rich people, and these rich people want to buy the best product, the best tastes. So you see, they didn't change anything in production, but they changed everything in marketing. They used this powerful marketing department in the Philip Morris company, and as an outcome from this situation, this company became profitable in a year. In a year, you know, in a year from bankruptcy to profitability. There are a lot of other examples, even speaking about this very situation. If you want to read about this story, you are welcome. Generally, it is possible to find this information in the book Fundamentals of Marketing by Philip Kotler. Or you just can Google the situation when Philip Morris merged Miller Company, and there are a lot of examples how they used the power of marketing of Philip Morris for this brewing company. Okay. And the last but not least example of synergy is tax benefits, unused tax benefits. You know that, and this situation is connected to any country, that some company can have some tax benefits, and these benefits means sometimes that the government or the company must pay this money, must pay back this money. And you know that even if it is possible to have this money, it will be some time gap. And let's think about the situation that we have two strategical business units, and one strategical business unit of our company does have these tax benefits, and the second one not. And as an outcome from this very situation, we will not pay this money for the second strategical business units. We are using these tax benefits generated by the first strategical business units immediately, you know. So we, in this very case, we don't have a time gap. So, for example, if we want to compare our benefits in some financial indicator, we could compare it with the situation when we we can put this money to bank, yes, and we can have some extra money as a percentage from this deposit. Okay. And at the end of today's lecture, I'd like to speak a little bit about negative synergy. Synergy could be not only positive, but negative. It means negative synergy if we are using some practice, but this practice couldn't be used for another strategical business units. In this example, this outcome of combined usage was really positive, but it's not always. It's not always. For example, please think about the situation that you are producing space shuttles, and you, in this very case, you have to check every detail several times, because it wasn't possible. It wouldn't be possible to change anything when you are in the space. Yeah, and also, if something is damaged in a space shuttle, it will be big losses for you. But it's not obligated to check something compared with, I don't know, compared with some simple equipment. Okay, if it is some equipment for a kitchen, it's not a problem to fix some problem, and that's all. And here is the general matrix which could be used. This matrix was also proposed by Igor Ansov. It means that not all strategical business units, not approaches of all strategic business units could be used for all strategical business units of a company. It means, for example, if we have one strategical business unit connected with defense or space, it's not possible to use this approach for production of some goods for consumers, if we are speaking about fast-moving consumers goods, because we don't need this highest level of quality for this simple type of products. Okay. Today, you know, from our today's lecture, you know that it is some effect, synergy effect. It means that sometimes it's possible to have bigger positive outcome of our system built from small strategical business units, and this positive effect could be bigger compared with the situation if all our strategical business units work independently as independent companies. Thank you for today. I am listening to your questions. Okay, no questions. Today it was the last lecture. I will think whether to provide you with like a general overview of the course. It might be done next Tuesday, I will think, but now you will have to present your course papers to Olesya Nikolaevna. Does anybody have any questions connected to the situation?